Hello, Virgo. So, my dear Virgos, as I was asking the guides to lead me into this reading, the image that they gave me was of a fox, but a very particular fox. I like watching this rescue organization called Save a Fox, and there's this one particular fox they were showing me who likes to climb trees. He's the only one who does. And it's not typical for a fox. So I was laughing at it. And the feeling that I was getting with this very light heart was that you are kind of a mix, Virgo. You can be very practical in many ways. And yet you can be very surprising in many ways. You can be very grounded, but at the same time, you can be not grounded at all, as this little fox is. But even more than that, what I'm seeing is this little fox is in the tree a lot because he's safe there. And he's looking down, he can survey the terrain. And that's really part of the feeling that I'm getting with you. As I'm looking at these cards, I'm feeling that you have reached a place in your life where you've kind of created a container for yourself, a structure, a role that you've almost outgrown, that you're kind of looking at now going, okay, I'm here, I've done this, I'm in this space now, but now what do I do? Where do I go with it? And what you're being told here is that you have a power, because in this position in the tree looking down, this is like your ego kind of going, okay, now what do I do next? It's like you've grown to the edge of your personality. And now there's a part of you that wants to grow, but you're not quite sure how to do it. And I don't know what situation this is in specifically. I don't know if it's a specific situation, a specific relationship, or if it's just in general, you feel kind of like you've outgrown the life you're living. What you're being told here, my lovely Virgos, is that you have a personal power that you're not aware of, that you haven't always been aware of. And the images that I was getting as I was pulling the cards was that you have a tendency in many ways to put on an exterior that looks very determined and somewhat, not formulaic, but what's the word I want? You don't look all soft and fuzzy. You don't exactly look hard, but you don't look all soft and fuzzy. But the inside, you're very sensitive. You have a lot of very deep feelings for things and for people and for animals. And that even if it's not for all of those things, it's for some of those. There's a real tenderness that you feel. You also have a very artistic bent, and that is something that will show up sometimes in crafts, sometimes in works of art, sometimes in words, or even skills that demand high intuition or skills that demand and involve creative thinking. So engineering, for example. So what you're being shown here is that you actually have more resources than just your thinking mind. And you're being asked really specifically to take a look at what some of your creative concepts are. Not just your creative concepts and what might you do, but if you were to recreate your life now, what are you not experiencing? That if you were to imagine this whole new life, that if you were to take everything away and say, I could have exactly what I wanted, I could let go of anything that is holding me back, anything I need to forgive of myself. I don't have to punish myself. I don't have to punish anybody else. I'm not beholden to anybody because of anything. What would I want? What am I missing? And what can I do from this perspective now that would feel like it's setting me free, but in a way that makes me feel also safe? What would I have to give up? What would I have to lose in order to find a new sense of liberation? You're being told here that no matter what you think, that you have a lot of opinions and you can be quite rigid in some of your concepts. But that if you were to let go of what your positionality is and what your strong opinions are, and trust that there is a higher power that is going to let you do whatever you want, what would it be? And you're being asked to dream in Technicolor, okay? Let yourself let go. Again, forgiveness has come up twice. So I feel that there is either something you need to forgive yourself for or somebody else, because the key and the concept of forgiveness here is remembering we're all here to grow, right? So you may not be actively needing to forgive a particular person. You may not need to forgive yourself for anything. But what you might need to do is stand back and look at it and say, nothing needs to be forgiven. We're all here learning and growing. We are all here learning and growing. This is your mantra. We're all here learning and growing. How would I like to, where did I put that card? See my life differently. How would I like to grow? If this were a new day, and I were to get rid of all my old opinions and just say, we're all just here to learn and grow and have a good time. Maybe you would take a backpack and move to Fiji. Maybe you would do something really radical, like become, a member of Doctors Without Borders. We don't know. Maybe you would just let yourself move to a little shanty by the sea and make wooden carvings. Maybe. Or maybe you'd go back to school and do something that you've always wanted to do. So, Virgo, you're being asked, come down out of the tree. Okay? Look at where you can move beyond whatever has become a rigid structure for you. Trust that there is benevolence and that there may be an energy that is speaking to you from your soul that is bigger than your logical mind, and maybe give it a listen to see what that might look like if you take off your opinionated limitations. Okay? I don't mean that in a bad way, because we've all got them, right? Our limitations are enforced by our opinions about what's good and bad and right and wrong. And so that's it for you, Virgo. It's looking actually really good, because Spirit wouldn't be encouraging this if it weren't time for you to possibly take on something new and wonderful in your life. Okay? Take care, Virgo.